We
Okay.
had a,
Yes, that's
in
it, honey.
July,
That's
in
it.
my office, we did the same thing, and we were looking, and we were, cleaning up the files and that sort of thing after our annual audit
Right.
finished like the beginning of May. So here we were, and we had stuff there for so many years. And I was like, we don't need this, we don't need this, we don't need this. I wish hopefully I have the picture, but we put all of the stuff in an office. We actually had a commercial shredder come.
Yeah. Yeah.
Because we had so much, because the owner of the company was keeping everything. And then I said to him, you can keep it. It's fine, but I'm never going to go into it.
Yeah.
So that's when he decided it was okay to purge it. Hold on, I'm going to find it.
Okay. Well, I keep all my clients 3 years open on site, but I have off-site storage. I have client tax returns from the 70s.
Oy.
They don't want to get rid of them. I don't know why.
Right.
So I go,
Well, that's
okay,
what this was.
fine.
This was everything from the year 2000. I guess that's the last time they did a purge.
Okay.
And the company that I work for bought this company in 2019. So I said, listen, I'm never going back prior to 2019. I recommend you keep this. You keep this, you keep this, but you could keep that at your house.
Mm-hmm.
That in the office. Nobody needs it. So,
Yeah, I know. And yet it's funny because I still like paper. I still want to put my hand on a piece of paper, even for research.
Right.
It's how I learned. I'm much better working through things in a book than I am going online and working through it.
Well,
For
it's funny,
some
I was
reason.
telling my husband really likes paper also. He likes to write things down.
Mm-hmm.
And I said, I write everything down. I have a pad next to my desk of scratch paper, and I write everything down. And then at the end of the day, I write everything I need or any follow-up items in OneNote, and I keep one.
Okay.
And that way I can access it from my phone. I can access it from my computer, wherever I am.
Okay.
Because I do tend to work in other places often.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Well, I haven't gotten there yet. I'm still my to-do list on a piece of paper, and I have it for the day, and I don't quit until I've worked through it. That's my rule.
Right. I just make sure at the end of the day, before I leave for the day, that I have my
You
to-do
have
list
it all.
the next day, even if it's stuff I didn't get to for today.
Yeah.
So yeah, but yeah, I try to use the computer only because otherwise I'm carting paper with me to different offices and things like that. And
that doesn't make sense. Yeah, I'm stationary. So yeah.
As a matter of fact, I had a call today. My monthly financial results call, and I'm on the call, and people in corporate are like, where are you today? I'm like, I'm in the office. They're like, you're in your office? I'm like, I am. I'm like, and right when we hang up, I'm going home because I normally work from home on Fridays.
Right.
Specifically because of Shabbat and because of this class. So I like to be home. Right. But I like to do my financial meetings with the owners with the presidents of the company.
Mm-hmm.
I like them to be there because I want them really, I really don't want them saying things that that corporate doesn't need to know. So I like to kind of like before the meeting, like, okay, here's what we're going to talk about. I'm going to let you talk about this, and this. Don't mention this. And sure enough, the two things I said not to mention, nobody wanted to know anything about. So it was good. Anyway, all right, everyone. How was your week? Obviously Janet and I are kibitzing about our financial stuff, but
it was good. I do have a couple of questions though. Before remember I said I had questions last time and I couldn't remember what they were, so
okay, so you wrote them down this time?
Yeah. So if you look at page 19.
Okay. I am looking at page 19.
when you had given us the tape, with the review, so it may even just be your accent or something, or the way I'm hearing it over my computer. But a couple of the things I didn't get, like the first word in lines 1 and 3, it's the same word.
Right?
So I would read that as being charrette.
Yep.
But when you read it, you said charrette. So I didn't know if yours
So I
was
shortened the vowel a little bit. No, but you're right. It's charrette.
okay. And then the other thing, I guess I don't quite understand the schwa when it's in the beginning under a consonant. Because
So like line 10, same page. That first word is shemo.
yeah, and there's an S sound, right?
Uh-huh.
So, okay, so when you said there's the same words on line 14 and 4. On 14, it's the second one.
Right. So
I
here's the
read
difference
that as
between
shalachim, and you kind of called it shlachim, and there's another one that's shlishi. Where'd I see shlishi?
Yep, on line 16. So here's line 14. Melech, melachim,
Picture we had.
and hamlachim.
Okay, and then how would you read 16?
16 is shel, shelishi, tehillah, tachlit.
Okay, so it is shalishi.
Uh-huh.
Because you said shlishi, and I didn't know if there was some reason that it's shortened.
No,
Okay.
it was just me reading too fast, probably into the tape or into the phone. There is no tape anymore, really, right?
Right. Okay, well, that's all. That was my question. So we're
Okay,
good.
good. So
So
all right.
whenever, just to be sure, so whenever there's the schwa under the first consonant, it's always an S sound.
correct.
Okay.
All right, so I'm gonna apologize. I didn't send an email because I had the email all ready to go and I was gonna do the tape. And once I did the tape, then I couldn't from my phone attach it to the email. So I needed to be on a computer and then I forgot. And so hopefully after this weekend, when all the holidays are over, I'm gonna be back to my normal. You're gonna get an email from me Sunday with everything you need to know. And this is my first time teaching a class on Friday. So I should be front loading things and taping them Wednesday, Thursday for you to have. But because when I teach my Sunday class, I do it right after the class and send out the email Sunday night. But Friday, I'm itching to like get off the phone with you guys or get off the Zoom with you guys to go and, get ready for Shabbat and stuff like that. So my apologies. But any questions on those review pages or anything like that? That and the nun, Sophie. Okay. So let's get into it. Page 24. So now we have the introduction of the nun that is throughout the word, right? So this nun is the same sound as the nun Sophit, just where it appears in the word, whether it's in the middle of the word, beginning of the word, it's the first, the one all the way to the right. If it's at the end of the word, it's that second one. Okay. So, and this one, if you look at lines 4 and 5, the chaf looks a little bit like the nun. It can get confusing, right? The same thing with the bet. The third letter, the third word in on line 5, that's a bet. And it can be confused with the nun a little bit, with the dot, that whole thing. It kind of has the same build. So just be aware of that, okay? I'll read the first line and then we will go around the room. Okay, line 1 is ni, nay, nay, ne, na, no, no, new, new. Okay. Janet, line 2.
Neen.
That one, that first one, remember, it's
Oh,
mich.
that's
That's a half, Sophie.
Oh, that's
See the
L.
difference between the first word and the fourth word on that line. One's a noon and the one's a half.
I'm on page 24, line 2.
Page 24, line 2, the first word and the fourth
Nee.
word. The first word is nich,
Yeah. Oh,
Ah,
right.
and the
Yeah,
fourth is, I'm giving you the comparison.
right. I see. Yep. Nich, Neil, Neem, Neen, Near, Niche, Neat.
Perfect. All right, Mariella.
I'm sorry. I am sorry, but I'm
You want to
going
skip
fall.
today? That's fine. You can.
I just want to listen. I have been very, very ill.
No
So-
worries. No worries. No worries. We'll skip you. Dina, line 3.
Loni,
Loony.
Looney, Mooney, Noonie, Rooney, Shoonie, Toonie, Hooney.
Beautiful. Okay. Linda, line 4.
Hu, ni, ba, ruchu, ni, barchuni.
Perfect. Jamie, line 5.
Ni, barhu, barhuni, barhuni.
Perfect. Marcy, line 6.
Barhuni, Barhuni, Barhu, Barhu, Barhuni.
There you go. Karen, line 7.
Barhuni, La Shalom, Malach, Hashalom.
That second to last word, malache.
Oh, Malache.
Yep, don't forget that vowel underneath. No worries. All right, Janet, back to you for line 8.
Baruch, Baruchu, Baruch, Baruchu.
Good, good, good. Dina, line 9.
Barhoni, La Shalom, Malchache, Hashalom, Malache, Elyon.
Perfect. Linda, line 10.
Mi melech, malchei, hamlachim, baruch hu.
Beautiful. All right. So would you believe that in a month and a half, we're reading words as long as the first word on line 9, like the words on the line 9. If I told you that after 5 or 6 classes, you'd be reading that, you'd be like, yeah, whatever, right? I think you guys are doing such a great job. I really do. All right. Page 25 and 26 are review, but I think let's go to page 25, line 10. We'll just do a little bit more reading, let's get a little bit more familiar before we go to the next unit and learn another letter. Marcy, page 25, line 10.
Nir, Nora, Ani, is that yeah, Ani, Shani, Beni, Emuni, Emuna, Emune.
Yes, emuna, emune. Perfect. All right. All very hard stuff. Karen, line 11.
Am I the only Karen today?
You are the only Karen today.
Okay. But Banu, Mimanu,
Me, men, just make that distinction of me menu.
Mimanu,
Menu, right. It might be your accent. It might be me.
could be me too. Amanu, La Banu, Hisham, you.
All right,
Anu.
these are hard words, so I'm gonna do them again. Try to go syllable by syllable. So Banu,
Banu,
me, menu,
Manu,
ya,
Manu,
menu.
Aminu,
Yeah,
La,
yeah. Don't forget that's a yud. So that has to be ya, menu.
Yamenu,
Uh-huh.
La, Banu,
So that's li, bay, nu,
Benu,
right? Just take it one at a time.
Hishami, Ya, Anu,
So that's one's gonna be hish, mi, nu,
Anu,
right?
Hishama, Hisha, me, Manu.
Hish, mi, nu, right? It's a long word and lots of syllables. So just take them as they are. As a matter of fact, let me do this. I'm going to share my screen. If I can find it, here it is. And I'm going to see if I have a writing tool. Hold on. You're going to bear with me for 1 second while I see if I have, oh, now it wants to convert pages. Let's not do that, please. Okay, well, oh, look what it just did. It ruined my thing. Okay, hold on. Let me get that page up again. And I'm going to do something different with that. Give me 1 second, guys. I'm going to, whoops, page 25. Here we are. Okay. I'm going to snap, I want to snap this and then I can write on it. Okay. So let me snip this here. Okay, now I could share my screen. First, I have to come back to you guys and get it. Okay, sorry about that. Let me get my snipping tool. Here it is. Okay, so you see this is, I just copied this from the book. Okay, so now I know I can do this. Okay, we'll make it blue. So, hish, me, nu, right? Ya, me, nu. Here's this one. I'm going to do this line with you guys. O, ta, nu. Ah, le, nu. Lo,
No.
hey, whoops, new. And noon, right? So when you get to these bigger words, parse them for yourself. And if that means you do it in pencil, or if you want to make a copy of it and write on it to parse those out, that's going to be a lot easier. And I'll tell you, when my son was starting for his bar mitzvah, when he had big words, that's what the cantor did. She took a pen and put marks in there for him, so it was easier to get the word. Because it can be very, very daunting and confusing. So
That helps with the schwa too. For me, I kept making a line like that's a stop.
exactly.
I
So
am, excuse me.
Yeah.
I am very concerned that I don't know what these words mean.
let me
Just
see.
repeating like you can learn to repeat, but if you don't know what they mean.
Well, you're learning to read, right? You're learning to read. You're not learning to understand it all, right? To understand all the prayers and all that. You're learning to read. That's what this class is about. I'm happy to translate some of the words for you, but I don't know that that's going to help you actually read them, right? Unless you know Hebrew. Like if you were able to speak Hebrew but not read it, then that would help you. But I'm going to assume that if you don't know Hebrew, you're not going to know what these words are anyway.
Yeah, well, I speak several languages, and it's the first time that I can learn without knowing what does it mean. It's okay.
Right. Most language classes are, understanding and reading, but because we are trying to read so that we can follow along in the Siddur, that's the whole reason for this class. It's very
Yes.
hard to do that, but I can go through it. So we could do it very quickly. Line 10, ner means candle. And again, it's not phrases, they're just giving you words. Nora means, Nora is like very, but it goes with another word. So it could be very bad, very good, depends. Ani means me or I. Sheni, it means two. Beini means my son. Emunah means faith. Emuneh is faith of many people. Okay. Banu is we've gone to. Mimenu means from that place. Yamenu means the days of. Libenu means our hearts. Hishmianu are things that we heard. Right? So do you notice everything is our or us? The new, that's what that means. When you see something new at the end of a word, that conjugates kind of to that. Otanu is us. Alenu is on top of us, right? If we were stacking leaves and jumped in the leaves, I would say they were on top of me, Alenu, right? Eloheinu, God, and Nun is the name of her letter, Nun. So,
Thank you very much.
all right. Okay.
Excuse me one sec. You know what Mariella might like is through my Jewish learning, they give you a Hebrew word of the day. They spell
Oh.
it out. They give you the translation and they give you a little blurb about it.
Oh,
If that's something you're interested
why don't you
in.
put that in the chat, and then Mariella, if you don't know how to copy it out of the chat, you
Okay.
can copy it and sign up for it. It comes into your inbox every day. It's very nice.
Very nice. Thanks.
So, okay. Let's go to, are we ready for the next letter?
Yep.
Page 27. This is a Daled, pronounced duh, right? Now, I will
spell
tell
that?
you,
How
yeah,
do you spell Daled?
Daled, D-A-L-E-D, D-A-L-E-T, Daled, Daled. I will tell you this letter gets confused with the resh.
Resh. It looks like a resh.
So, right, this has kind
Got
of
it, girl.
a little hat on the right-hand side. But, so if you go to line 4, the third word from the end, that word is door, right?
Oh.
And that means generation, but door. So the first is a Daled and the last is a resh. So be conscious and careful about that. I'll read line 1 and then we will keep going. Line 1 is duh, D, D, day, day, da, 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 do, do, do. Okay. I think we were up to, back to Janet, line 2.
D,
I just,
Yeah, questions, Evan, do you have a question before we go on? I'm sorry. No questions? Okay. All right, Janet, go ahead.
Okay, D, dich, deal, deem, dean, dear, deet, dish.
Good. Dina, line 3.
dish, 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 adish, adish, hadish.
Good.
I did it.
You did it. Linda, line 4.
Really amazes me.
do, duch, dual, doom, dune, doer, doot, douche.
You got it. All right, Jamie, line 5.
douche, 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 he douche.
Perfect. Marcy, 6.
Do, doch, dole, dome, don, door, dote, dosh.
All right, Karen, finish it up. Line 7.
Douche, 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 dosh, do, roche,
Nope, that's a dosh.
oh, dosh, dosh.
You got it. So that is so common that the dalit and the resh get mixed up. So just
was the
remember that the dalit has a little hat on the right-hand side. I'm gonna look, oh, I know, in the ashrei, door lador. Let me just open up here. Where am I? In my Siddur. That's why I like having my Siddur, so I could open it and show it to you from the Siddur. So that's gonna be in Musaf. So give me a second. This is almost a new Siddur, I think. It was in my moving boxes, and here we go. And when I took it out, I'm like, where's my Siddur? It's probably in another box, but let's see. All right, hold on. So the pages are kind of sticky as opposed to, what they normally are. Okay, so here we are. Okay. All right, do we see
Door right there.
door, lador? That's where you'll see in the Siddur. So in this is Sim Shalom. It is a very slight hat in door lador, right? So that's why I bring it up, because it is confusing and it's not easy.
I've decided you have to have really good eyes to read Hebrew. You know,
Right,
you
so
can't
it's
read it.
funny because, I started wearing reading glasses a few years ago, and I would wear them at shul more often than I would wear them like when I was reading a book at home. And my husband said, like, when you're reading at home, is it the lighting at shul? Is it whatever? I'm like, no, the print is so small. I can't see it. Now they have the new Lev Shalem. And so in my pew in my synagogue, the Sim Shalom, if I open it and I have it just beyond the pew in front of me, I could probably read it. But anything else, like if I'm doing the Amida or whatever, and I have it closer, I need my reading glasses. The Lev Shalem is a totally different one. And so now I'm like having to figure out where it is that I could hold it and see it with glasses, without glasses, getting adjusted to this new Siddur that we're using at synagogue.
It's usually 10 inches or less. for reading.
It's something, it's a pet like
It's
that.
all, it also is lighting.
Mhm.
Lighting, right,
Lighting,
right.
yes.
Well, it's the same lighting because it's the same sanctuary.
Well,
But
my
Right,
lighting's
but
different in
because
mine.
It's different, the lighting can make a difference.
yeah, sure,
Yeah.
sure. And I bet you the thinness of the page makes a difference too, like because you could see through it or can't see through it or whatever. So, yeah. So I'm forever and ever like on with the glasses, off with the glasses, on with the glasses, off with the glasses.
If you have like a light yellow transparency and put it over it, will bold it up for you.
Yeah, maybe.
Or just wear your
maybe.
glasses.
Or just wear my
Progressives.
glasses all the
Yeah.
time. So yeah, anyway, we'll see. But yeah, it's very slight. It's very slight. And the Siddur doesn't do a good job of when it's bigger, it's easier. I saw at Rosh Hashanah, they had out, at Yom Kippur too, they had out, the Lev Shalem Machzors. They had these big, large print ones. And I saw a lot of the older people taking them and I was like, oh, good. Like at least they have something because it's hard to see and it's all day. It's not just like, a 2-hour service. So anyway, okay. Are we ready for our last new letter of the day? I don't want to overload you. And we already did 2 letters. So one more letter today. Page 28. This is a koof. I would say Koof if you wanted to write it down, koof. All right. Notice that it has, yeah.
Say that again, please. I couldn't hear.
It's called koof. If you wanted to write it down, it would be like Koof, koof. And this one, goes under the line. This is there's 2 parts to it. There's that one and then the other. The one goes to the line and the other goes under the line. So you'll see it here when you see in lines 2, 3, 4, you'll see that it goes under the line, kind of. You have a question, Mariella?
No,
No?
I was just trying to read.
So you got your haircut on your
Okay, good. So I will read line 1 and then we'll go from there. Key, K, K, ka, ko, ku. All right. Who did we get to last time? Where were we? We were online. Oh, we got to Karen. So we're back to the start and Janet's walking away. So we'll go with Dina for line 2.
Call, com, con, car, kosh, cot, what's that last letter?
That one's cod.
Cod.
So see the difference between the 4th word in car and the last one cod. Very slight difference in the letter.
Wow. Yeah.
Right? And with this book, it's hard too. All right, Linda, line 3.
Cod, ka, quiche, Kaddish.
That one before the end is dish and
Dish.
Yep. It's like one of those puzzles where they say to you, like, the same thing over and over, then they ask you another question and you have to try to
Dish. Yeah.
get your brain to go back. All right, Jamie, line 4.
4. Keyed, key, douche, key douche.
Perfect. Marcy, line 5.
Kal, kam, kan, kar, kash, kat, kad.
Perfect. All right, Karen, you get to do line 6.
Kadosh, kadosh, kadush, kadush.
Okay, the first 2 words are the same. Kaddish.
Kaddish,
And the last 2 words, kiddush.
okay.
It's
Kaddish.
confusing.
Douche.
It's confusing.
It's starting to get harder.
It is.
Yes.
That's why, again, I'm not teaching you 4 letters and 2 vowels in a day because we gotta slow it up a little so you can digest. This is the last word of the day. We're not going any further after today, okay? I mean, after this today, right? We gotta, because I want to make sure that you have these and that you're not confusing letters and things like that. So when you're practicing this week,
Kaddish, kaddish.
you'll be able to do it. All right. Okay. Tina, line 7.
I don't mind 7. Cod, ka, dosh, kadush.
Kadosh, you got it. Okay. Line 8's all the same word. Kadosh, kadosh, kadosh. Line 9, same word. Hakadosh, 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 right? Line 10, Linda.
Hakadosh, Baruch Hu, Hakadosh, Baruch Hu.
Perfect. Jamie, line 11.
Badhuni. Is that right? Bad.
It's a resh.
It's a resh. Barhuni.
Yep.
Shalom. Malachi. Hashalom. Malachi. Elyon.
There you go. Marcy, finish us up.
Mimelech, Malchei, Hamlachim, Hakadosh, Baruch Hu. And I
There you
recognize
go.
that.
Yeah, that's it.
What I find like on a line like that though, because I'm familiar with those words just from going to shul, I find myself just not reading it, just knowing that's
Knowing
the
it.
word. I gotta kind of try and
Sure.
sound it.
So it's funny. There are people that when I teach this class, they're like, oh, I've been saying it wrong this whole time, So yeah, it's familiar. I mean, and that's why, when some of you came back and were like, wow, I was able to follow along in shul. If you had never been to shul, you wouldn't have been able to follow along after 4 classes. But because you had gone to shul and you kind of know what it is and you kind of know where it is, this is now putting it together and it's kind of, going from black and white to color for you, right? As opposed to, but you know what the black and white looks like, so you're able to follow along when it turns color. So, okay. So I have the full pages of 25 and 26, which are those review pages. I'm going to send those, and I'm actually going to send them now. And then let me see. I'm going to cheat and let me see what I have taped. I have taped. I don't have anything taped. That's fine. I will tape the bottom half of 27 and 28 so that you have that with the new letters and all of that. Okay.
Okay.
27 and 28. I'm just putting down what I promised you so that I know. All right.
When are we going to learn what these words mean?
Not in this class. This isn't that doesn't happen in this class.
Okay.
So they are talking about putting together a conversational Hebrew class, like for beginners and stuff like that for the spring. So if you're interested in that, definitely look out for that. a lot of these, you know, you can use Google Translate to figure out what it is. And remember, some of these words are not really words. They're just putting it there for you so you can learn. Like, especially if we go to page 28, line 2. Kal is a word. It means easy. Kam means to get up. Kan is not a word. Kar means cold. Kash means straw. Kat, I don't think is a word, and kad is a jug, right? So some of these are words, some of these are not. But they're trying to get you to learn how they go together and all of that. So any questions? We only did 3 today. And being that the Dalid and the Nun look like other ones, I don't want to do anything else because I don't want to confuse you. So I want you to take time again. If you only have 5 minutes a week, fine, but definitely go reviewing this. If you're confused about something, let me know where you're lost, and I'll give you tips on how to go back and reread certain pages to get you back up and running. Okay, and if you're just behind a lesson or two because it's been crazy with the holidays, then that's fine. You'll just catch up, and that's fine too. And maybe then next year we consider that, you know, maybe in the middle of all these holidays, like right after Yom Kippur, we skip a class so that everybody can kind of get back to where they're going to be. And I'll tell you, I teach a Sunday night class also. I teach an advanced beginner Sunday night, and we haven't started the class yet. We're starting it after the holidays. We're starting it October 23rd. I could have had 2 classes, but I said, well, you know, what are we going to do in those 2 classes that's not going to get lost by the whole month going by? So I try not to skip classes. I mean, I think we're skipping, obviously, I think we're going to skip Thanksgiving class that weekend. Yeah, that's it. We only have 1 class to skip, so that's good. In the spring, sometimes you have multiples depending on other holidays and things like that. So that worked out. But the good thing is the way that I have it laid out, if we follow it, and if we go slower, it's fine too, because we have plenty of time. The way I have it laid out, we'll actually be done with the book by November 19th. So when we get back together, December 2nd, we're going to start doing Hanukkah blessings. And then I'll take what I call like requests from the audience, like what do you really want to know? Because there's something that, you know, you get up and say Kaddish and you flub through it. You want to learn that. You want to learn the blessings for the to get up to the Chorah, stuff like that. We'll start to do stuff that's covered in the next class, but stuff that you can kind of wrap your head around and get to do so that you're feeling more comfortable at synagogue, because that's the idea. Synagogue and or, you know, at home lighting candles, you know, Kiddush, Motzi, that sort of thing. All right. Okay.
Perfect.
Okay.
Have a great week. And I'll see, yeah, Marcy, question.
No, I just said have a good week.
Oh, good. Have a great week and we'll see you next week.
Amazing.
Shabbat shalom.
Shabbos.
Shalom, everyone.
Judy, thanks for putting that in the chat box.
It's really good. They have another piece where they give you 3 pieces, a little about the Torah, a recipe, and some other explanation. It comes in daily. It's really a nice.
There's a lot of stuff from there. I get daily their Talmud study, like their Talmud page of study. And so I don't have time every day to read it, but once a week I kind of go through it and see what's there. And is there anything interesting that I want to grab onto and maybe research myself or so, yeah.
I've really gotten into
Great
this.
website.
So you go to this website and you just sign up, Judy?
You go to the website and you'll see different things. They just recently did Word of the Day. They started about 2 weeks ago. And the other day it was Ima and Abba. Today it was sister and brother.
Ach and achot.
Yes, that's what it is. And I've been trying to look at what are the vowels and what letters go with it. So, but it's a really nice website. I really have gotten a lot of knowledge from it. So
Yeah.
recommend it.
and
You
I
can
think
sign
I
up and
get
then if
there-
you don't
I
like it, you
think-
can unsubscribe.
I think I get every Friday morning the portion of the week also, and somebody writes a nice, it's always somebody else that writes it, so it's nice because you get flavors of different rabbis or teachers or things like that. It's nice. Yeah, so it's a great site.
Anyway,
All right.
I like it. You might
I'm glad you
also
brought it
enjoy
up, so thank you.
All right, bye,
Have
everybody.
a great week,
Bye.
everybody.
Bye.